The first technology we'll look at and talk about is XPath. Now, Extensible Path Language is what XPath stands for, and it's used to extract data from inside an XML file. It uses a path-like syntax, similar to directory or folder paths. If you're not familiar with XPath, we cover it a little bit in the XML Essential Training title, so you might want to refer to that title to get familiar with it. XSLT is also another XML-based language for defining style sheets. And as I mentioned earlier, it's a styling language that takes an XML file and transforms it into something else, like HTML or PDF or some other file format. We talked a little bit about SACS and DOM. These are methods of processing data, and schema. Schema is a way of expressing rules for a given XML syntax. Now, you may be already familiar with document type definitions. You can think of schema as the next step beyond DTDs. They define things like what tags are and are not allowed and where they can go, what kinds of data they contain, so on and so forth. In this title, we'll take a look at some formats like RSS, which stands for Really Simple Syndication. And this provides data in discrete chunks that can be read individually. And you've probably seen this in blogs or news sites or other syndicated content. If you own a TiVo, for example, TiVo actually makes the items that are recorded on your TiVo available as an RSS file. So Atom is another format for syndicating content, and like RSS, it provides content in a richer syndicated fashion. It was adopted back in 2005, and we'll take a deeper look at the Atom format in this course. There's also better support for XML built into the browsers, and the modern browsers, like Internet Explorer 7 and higher and 3 and higher for Firefox, provide really good support for technologies like the DOM and XPath and XSLT, and some newer things like serialization and parsing. And we'll get into that later when we get to the chapter on XML in the browsers. Okay, so now that we've seen what important technologies there are in the XML world today, and we've seen the XML landscape and how XML is used, let's get started and take a look at some real-world XML formats.